All right, guys. So we got the guy here. We got Rekm. Thank you, man. I know this is a little different, guys. YouTube crowd out here. We're at a tattoo shop out here. We are at Landmark Tattoo with Rekm, the one and only, and then we have a special guest. This was kind of I don't know. This was just my gut. I just got divorced, so I'm a single father now, trying to get my ground back and just trying to keep everything afloat. So my gut said, you know what? If you can get the people to make everything make sense, and I don't pray to a higher power, but something was telling me, like, go, just do it, and you're not going to regret the decision. So thank you guys for being out here tonight. So this is actually the first episode of LA Lifestyle featuring LA Street Style. So LA Street Style originally was a benching page I was doing where I would go out and I would go to train cars. And I used to do a lot of construction near a lot of construction like train areas where they're moving a lot of material. So on my lunch, I would go over and snap photos. So just to dive into my first question, Rekm, how we met, just to fill in the audience just a little bit. I had met you over at a La Cal Sucia event over in East LA, or Boyle Heights. Let's be more specific. Territory I know here is very, very important with a lot of things. And we'll get into that. I actually learned my lessons for the first time as a young writer, so we'll share. Yeah, it'll be a good giggle for you. It'll probably lead into maybe a story you have. But Rek, so you're also a tattoo artist, you do, you're a writer as well. You have quite a following, and you have I could say you're multi-hyphenated. So right now we're actually at your tattoo shop here. We are live in Anaheim, California, and we're at Landmark Tattoo, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Correct. So what was what got you into being a tattoo artist? Like, was it maybe an uncle, a dad? Was it someone in your family, a friend? Were you just artistic but naturally?
Man, if I'm being honest, I think the first time that like tattooing made an impression on me was I was watching American Me. It's like a Chicano.
Wasn't that what's her cat? Is that a show?
Nah, American Me it's a movie.
It's a movie. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like it's like Chicano culture.
Oh, movie. That's with blood.
It's
blood in, blood out.
Yeah, it's kind of like Blood in, Blood
okay.
Out. Like they go hand in hand, low key. Like if you've seen Blood in, Blood Out, you should probably watch American Me.
I think that's next time. I'm gonna add that because people they always keep putting me onto these very culturally relevant movies around here, regionally relevant, we can say too. So continue.
I mean, Blood in, Blood Out did the same thing. So like I watched both those movies at around the same period of time in my life.
Yeah.
And I believe I was like 12 or 13 when I seen it. So there's scenes where they're like initiating their homies into like their neighborhood, and they end up getting like stick and pokes.
Like that's Thai style tattoo, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you have any stick and pokes yourself? I mean, you're Kansas, both of you guys.
Yeah, I have.
Well, I have a couple questions for you because I know obviously you guys have the Punk Rock Fight Club, and another thing I'll tie in really quick. We'll transition here. We have Knucklehead Tom out here, and how I found two ways I discovered you was that board slide you hit. You're quite the skateboarder. Shout out to you on that. My dad actually was one of the original founders of Thrasher Magazine, who was the original production manager from 1981 to 89. So shout out to you for keeping skateboarding alive, though. But with your guys' fight club and stuff like that, like, are you guys from like a specific area, like with those movies, like here in the greater Los Angeles area? I see like southeast, like on your is it Whittier?
Yeah, Sella.
Okay.
Southeast LA, but we're all over the place. But yeah, we started in the Sella.
Okay, for sure. Well, the first time I ever came to LA, actually, the person I was with, I stayed near Michigan Park, up off Whittier Boulevard over there near Friendly Hills. That was my first time ever coming to LA about 11 years ago. So that was like my, not initiation, but that was my introduction to Los Angeles, was Whittier. So when people were like, oh, what was your experience like? Well, I was like, well, it was Whittier, California. So that's where I started and just kind of branched out. And with that, though, tying into that question, what led you into graffiti? I know graffiti is kind of obviously a cultural thing down here. Yeah. And I know I've been learning myself, like for me, graffiti is a new thing for me. I'm kind of myself, I'm not part of the crew or anything. I just enjoy the art of it. But I was into it in high school, and then, ego and bullies and, where I'm from in Humboldt County. There's not a lot of graph writers in Humboldt County, let's just say that. We're growing weed up there. But what was your first time you picked up, say, a streaker, a pen, or you did your first I guess, designed to try to figure out the identity of Rekm in the draft community?
I was in junior high. I was in junior high. I was 8th grade in junior high, and I don't know, just the people I was around. I had a friend. I went over to his house, and his older brother, he was a graffiti writer, and they were just right there hitting blackbirds.
And if you want to be specific, what year was this so the audience can understand the time?
Well, this is
Well, I mean, you guys are how old? How old are you guys?
Fucking dinosaurs.
this
dog.
is yeah.
I'm 29. I'm gonna hit the dirty 30 in August. So.
I think I'm 34. I'm 34, right?
Motherfucker, you're asking him, dog.
And so everyone knows too, we have all of Rekm's artists here. We got a couple of them throwing down. So if you guys hear some background audience, he's got the whole crew here. So we got a guy laid out over there. How you doing, bro?
I'm 33. So
Yeah, I'm 34.
Well, you know what? I only got one tattoo for a reason. And then we got a homie over here. You working on a design? All right, that's how Landmark gets down. And then Rekm, he's doing a full back piece right now. Our Lord Savior, man. Tom, how you doing? Let's just maybe just like, I mean, I know you. I mean, you do fighting. You do Muay Thai. Is it Muay Thai?
Yeah, I do Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, fucking just martial arts in general.
Yeah. So you don't even feel this, right?
I feel it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that me being arrogant? No.
No, of course not. No. I mean, you're gonna, you know.
Well, I know we're off camera, but I'm gonna share my one little silly tattoo. So, funny story about this one. So, the girl that I'm no longer with.
Oh my God.
We all got a couple
That's
of
the
those.
only tattoo you got?
Only one.
Somebody tattoo this guy. Come on.
How about this? Look,
Look
on
at my
camera.
appearance.
I'll do it on the back of my cap, my logo for my radio show. If y'all will do it, if y'all draw it up,
You guys are just a bunch of assholes, dog.
I'll
like,
do it.
No one's like saying shit. You know, we were trying to be cool to you guys. You guys are all just like crickets from back there in the background.
Casual tattoo.
Hey man, I don't
Oh, he can.
He can. He's fucking
He can. Broke his arm. Fuck.
Man, it might come out a little crooked.
And it'll be better than the tattoo he already has.
No, this one's actually 11 years old, so we'll dive into that. So,
Tattoo.
That shit probably hurt right there, huh?
well, the thing was, I was smaller than I was now. And I'm
It
pretty
hurts when
small.
you get older, bro. It hurts more the older you get. The
Well,
more
when I got it, you know, you're trying to prove your love, right? Have any of you guys ever had to try to prove your love to your hyena? Anybody? All the time, right? So
it never ends well.
we walked 7 miles on Super Bowl Sunday, Super Bowl 50, and we found the only tattoo shop in Capitola, California. I used to live in Santa Cruz, and we walked, man, we did it. And it was $100. I paid $100 for 2 of them, same thing. But we're both next to each other. I have it on this side, and she has it on the other side, and I'm taller, so my bird is down, and hers is up, so when we would hug, the beaks would touch.
Oh, fuck.
That's some corny ass shit, but I thought I loved her, bro. Hey, don't worry, I'm not a Kyle. I didn't punch any drywall, okay? So. Funny enough, I do hip hop music as well, so I was trying to think, how can I make my set, my stage presence just out of this world? So everyone knows I can have a tone sometimes, but I was like, man, just get a piece of drywall, frame a piece of drywall on stage, and after every song, just boom, just catch a drywall, catch a hole in the drywall. Like, viral moment right there, you know? Because, you know, when you do stuff, you know, people, if it's not something that they're going to sit there and be like, oh, wow, like, you know, you got to think outside the box. So, yeah, if you see me on stage, guys, punching drywall, you heard it here first. But, Tom, question in here so we can let, you know, your man's focus on this. So I had heard, if this story is true, you went to Thailand and you were signed up for a fight you didn't even know you were in?
Well, yeah, I went to Thailand. I lived out there for a little over a month, and I trained out there, and then my coach asked me if I wanted to fight.
Okay.
Spur of the moment, and I said yeah.
And you won, correct?
Yeah.
And wasn't it a pivotal thing because you're American and you went over to a certain league over there and you won,
well,
correct? Wasn't that the whole thing?
He didn't just win. He starfished the dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because see, I just what I saw online. So to be able to ask you, you know, like I just heard you went over there on like, boy, it was training.
Yeah, I went out there to train, and I was like, I wasn't sure if I wanted to fight or what was gonna happen, but my crew is a coach in Thailand. It's, you know, so that's what they call him, crews. Yeah. And he was on the phone, and you know, he was talking in Thai, and then he got off, and he just like told me like, you fight Thailand. what he said
Yeah.
in English. He said, "You fight Thailand."
Okay.
And I just was like, "Fuck it, yeah, let's go." You know, so 2 weeks later, you know, in Chiang Mai, because I was in Langpang. So Langpang is like, it's like a farmer's like town in Thailand. Like no one knew English. It was like just like, you know, just like in the fucking, just the best part of Thailand, honestly, because there's no tourists. We're the only tourists there, so like really got to see the culture and like it's just you know. So then when I fought in Chiang Mai, so that's where like there's a lot of tourists. It's like a nightlife, people are partying, and it's kind of crazy. So it was like a night market. So we show up and we go to the ring, see the ring, and we're walking around, and then like, you know, like there's like all kinds of shit going on. Food, fucking people selling shit, fucking everyone getting drunk, partying, and then like they're handing out flyers, and then fucking they hand out a flyer, and then fucking, you know, my homie that was there, he was like, "What the fuck, look," and it's me on the flyer as a main event. And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, all right, it's on the crack.
So
like,
you agreed to the fight,
I
but
agreed
you
to the
didn't
fight.
know
I
the
knew I was fighting. I
you
knew I was
didn't know the
fighting.
parameters of the fight.
Well, I mean, you kind of really don't know what you're signing up for when you're out there, to be honest. But I knew my crew. I knew my crew was gonna take care of me. That's one thing. I knew like he wasn't gonna throw me to the wolves. But then again, you never really know. But I seen the flyer and it was like the main event, which I didn't know I was gonna be the main event. But it made sense because I was from America. You know, I had the green hair at the time and. I looked like a character, you know what I mean?
You going over there, you know, you already went there with the intention, yeah, I'm gonna get down.
Well, I didn't go in there with the intention. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
to
like
Thailand,
you're
but
training,
for the fight, yes.
But you
yes,
didn't
yes.
go there, I'm gonna be the
I didn't
main
know that I
star.
was going to be the main event. I didn't even know who I was fighting. I just knew I was fighting at 185. And I seen the poster and I was like, it was a trip. It was cool. I got super excited, but I was also like, oh shit, I'm in the main event. Like, fuck it. So, yeah, you know, fought and, you know, it was a good experience, and you know, I got the W, and I know my crew, my coach took care of me, and you know, thanks to him, it was a good experience, and all around, I had a great time. You know?
Definitely. Well, thank you for verifying the story, because I've only been able to pick so much offline, you know, so to be able to ask the man himself.
Yeah, man.
And I will ask you, so we can let him focus a little more. How did you get into, well, obviously, you know, I know Southeast LA at least, you know, we have Pico, you know, you have some hoods, you know, it's scrappy out there. You probably, obviously, maybe take a maybe street fighting influence, or?
Yeah, I just like to fight.
Okay.
I like to fight.
Simple
I
enough.
I've always liked to fight.
So, did you take that aggression you had, though, of loving to fight to, like, let me train and let me master the skill of fighting?
Yeah, well, when I was younger, it was always a problem. I'd always be fighting. Just always be. That's just, you know, I've just always been scrappy since I was younger. So I've always fought. I've always liked to fight. And then my dad got me into Muay Thai, and I fought when I was like, I had one fight when I was like, probably like 12, 11. And then I didn't stick with it. I kind of got caught up in other shit, you know what I mean? So I went down another route for a while. Yeah. And, you know, I wasn't trained the martial arts, and I kind of started, you know, just getting into other shit that I shouldn't have, you know, gotten into. And then I found my way back into martial arts at like 23 years old. And I showed up to go spar at a gym called All In MMA. And, you know, it was, because at the time, like, I was out on the streets fighting all the time. Like, I had a chip on my shoulder. Like, everywhere I go, I'd be getting into fights. I just was an angry, you know, youngster all the way up until forever, you know. And then I ended up talking to Henry Corrales, he fought for Bellator. He's a stud. The dude's a bad motherfucker. And he was like, hey man, fucking go train over here, you know, fucking All In MMA, dog. Like this and that. So I showed up, and again, I was very green. Like I was fighting on the streets a lot, and I was fucking up everybody on the streets, of course. And I had my little bit of Muay Thai training from when I was younger. And I showed up, and I got tuned up pretty bad. Because I didn't take a class, I just went straight into sparring with all the pros and all the amateur fighters.
And maybe just for the audience, the definition of sparring, like, is
sparring is just showing up and working. You know, it's like, I guess you could say like it's just like fighting, but you're sharpening your tools and you know, you're wearing shin guards and you're wearing the gloves and you got your mouthpiece and you're training, you're practicing the craft. So yeah, I showed up, you know, to go spar, and I got tuned up pretty bad, you know, and then so it humbled me up a lot. So I was like, there's one motherfucker in there that fucked me up pretty good, and I was like, I was like, fuck that motherfucker, dog. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking get that fool. So, he's my homeboy now though, but anyways, fucking I just kept showing up, you know, and got better and better and better. And then obviously my old mindset changed into the martial art aspect mindset to where, you know, you have to be humble if you're gonna be a martial artist, because in that life, you sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, and martial arts will teach you true humility, and it'll change the way you look at life. It'll better you in every single way. And
Well, because it's chi, right? It's your chi.
yeah, boy, it's just like it's just the most honest thing that you can do is just put two motherfuckers
In the ring.
against each other, and the better man wins. And you know, it's like the truest art form I can think of. You know what I mean? And it makes you a better person overall, because again, it humbles you and it makes you realize you're not as bad as you think you are, until you actually step on the mat with motherfuckers who really are about that life.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it makes you want to be better. If you're over there smoking cigarettes, fucking smoking dope, fucking getting drunk, and you're trying to go and train and be a martial artist, they're not going to work. They're not. There's two complete different lifestyles that aren't going to mix together right. So you have to leave behind the bad and let, you know, and you know, fucking really master your craft, or you know, you're not really going to go anywhere with it.
Definitely. Well, there you go, man. You heard it right there. So, guys, if you're ever thinking about, you know, getting that balance in, man, if you're a scrapper out there, I don't
It's
know.
crazy. I didn't know that that's how your career started. Like, it kind of started like with me like that too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, that actually is my
I
next
was
question.
just,
So I see, obviously, you guys have a deep history. So how did you two knuckleheads meet?
Well, it's funny because we like it's a trip, because like we used to hear about each other, you know, on the streets here and there or whatever. And he used to be from somewhere like we didn't get along. Not me and him per se, but like the where we were from, we didn't get along with each other. Like where I was from, didn't get along with you know, with his shit, and then you know, we ended up running into each other after I was already fighting and he was already tattooing, and we kind of both changed our lives. And then, you know, we had a mutual friend, and just from there, like, you know, the rest is history.
Definitely. So it was just, I mean, it's like even me, I'm from up in Mendocino, Humboldt County, the Bay Area roots, and, Bay Area roots, and I thought LA was going to be this really big place. Like, I thought I was leaving a small town. And my original hometown only had 172 people in it. And my graduating class had 21 kids. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to get away from those small town vibes. But LA is a lot smaller than you think, you know, and you can just, like, really make things make sense if it makes sense.
So is the Cella, too.
Yeah.
Everyone from the Cella, like,
So if you put me on here, Cella.
Yeah,
Southeast
the Cella.
LA?
Yeah,
You say
Southeast LA,
Cella.
yeah, Cella.
That's like how fools say Santana, right? Isn't that the whole, like...
I guess, I don't know. I just know Cella.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that they serve certain ways of saying, like, people, like, outside of the area will be like, oh, Southeast LA.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Santana. So that's how you guys differentiate your area here in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Well, I mean, Whittier's in the southeast.
Yeah, everyone, you know what they told me? They said in Whittier where the girls are prettier. Is that true?
I don't know. I couldn't fit on that.
Please fit.
You know what? I'll just say they're pretty everywhere you go. You know?
There's a lot of fish in the sea.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, getting back here, Rekm, we'll transition back to you. Thank you, Tom, for that, a little dive in there, a little bonus, little content there. But what is, I see, you know, the bombs that I've seen you do at the events that I've seen you at, but what is the craziest piece you've ever done? And if you could go, like, if you could redo it, would you do it?
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I know you're an adrenaline junkie for sure.
The craziest piece I've ever done was it was like a little over a year ago. I had hit a billboard with two of my homies. One of them passed away that same night. But that was one of the craziest.
That was
pieces.
a
It was Ducky.
Ducky, yeah. That was,
And
I
I would-
remember it
and I
just
would-
happened when I met you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fucking hate that. Like, I hate that happened, you know. But I hated being up there. The billboard, fucking hitting billboards is not for me. I'm fucking.
You don't like heights?
I hate heights. I'm like, yeah. But I did it, and I don't regret doing it. And fucking, if I had to do it, if I had to redo it, if I could redo it 100 times, I would. As much
Yeah.
as I hated it.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
just to relive that night again with him, you know?
Yeah, like if you could go back and hang out with your friend again,
Just
100%.
that little, that little section of like that day, you know?
If you do want to share, because obviously, he's your graph buddy, and you have a deep root here in the LA graph community. Do you remember just the last interaction that you had with him before that tragic moment happened?
Yeah.
Like, was it something that it was like you thought, I'm gonna see you here in like 10 minutes?
It was it was crazy because our last conversation was about him wanting to pursue his tattoo career like take it a little more serious. Like he did take it serious, but he wanted to get aggressive with it. Like he wanted to
to
learn
better
more.
himself, and he wanted to really be like known.
So he wanted to get out of that environment that he was at and come work for me over here and learn more.
And you were like, yeah, dog, let's do it.
Yeah, that was the plan, you know?
And then moments later, that transpired.
That shit was fucking crazy.
And that's crazy because, see, it's like even too, like, how we move, very rambunctiously. Like, Tom, you would just shared your, just a fighter. You like to fight, So it's just like every day you don't know what's going to pop up in your life. It might be a fight. It might be a billboard and you, like, take one wrong step, or you're on a building, It's just that's what, life offers. It's not for everybody. I'm curious how some people get through their days, but I guess that's just how we all gotta maneuver.
Life ain't fair, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm learning that. Humbly though. My own mother told me, she's like, the only thing I can say because you're older is you need to stop seeking validation with nothing to show for. And I say, oof. Because if you're out there, it's not like the boy who cried wolf, but it's like, in a family aspect, when you're trying to be validated for things that aren't even adding up, it's like there's so much in this world to learn and do to grow as a person and an individual.
Yeah, best thing to do is just learn to love yourself and love others, and do good and help people, and it'll come back to you. Even when sometimes life don't make sense, think it's not going the way you want it to be, but you can't let it change who you are.
Yeah, you can't let it define who you are. Definitely, I like that.